Welcome. It's Domain Dave, cheapwinefinder.com. Again, another podcast for reasonably priced wine. This one's literally cheap. It's a $7.99 sparkling wine from Aldi. It's the Colby, California Brut sparkling wine. I don't know what. Aldi's been having wines. This is kind of Colby, Corbel. There's the last few wines, or some of the wines they've had, are reasonably close in name to other brands for some reason. And it's usually a brand that's not all that expensive in the first place. So I'm not sure why that's happening, or is it just like a suggestion as an alternative, or maybe it's accidental. I don't know. But this isn't Corbel, this is Colby. It's made in the Charmat method, which is how they make Prosecco. I don't know the grapes, they didn't say, but it tastes pretty good. And it tastes like there's Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc and that kind of stuff in there. Charmat method, in case you don't know, and it's made by Rack and Riddle. Rack and Riddle is a huge sparkling wine producer out of Northern California. And they do private brands. If you see a bubbly for American bubbly for Trader Joe's, Aldi, maybe even Costco, that type of thing, they probably make it. Plus, they make their bubbly for famous brands. They make, any winery that doesn't have their own facility to make sparkling wine, well, it's probably made at Rack and Riddle. And they had a Charmat facility open in Sonoma like 2 years ago, and this is a Charmat method. And that means after they ferment the grapes the first time to taste, age it a little bit, and then they put it in these huge, well, in Prosecco they're huge. Here that's probably going to be a little bit smaller because this is a private brand. You don't need 100 million bottles of this. And put it in this pressurized vat with a little bit of sugar, a little bit of yeast measured out. And after 30 to 45 days, depending on what they're doing with it or what they want it to do, you got yourself some bubbly. So that's what this is. That's what Charmat is, and it's. I'm going to take a sip. I got to say that the bubbles are a little bit light. They're still going, but they're not. And they're teeny tiny. They're still going. I mean, I've had the glass sitting here for a little bit, but they're. What am I complaining for? It's an $8 bubbly that tastes pretty good. Forget my complaint. It's not complex. It's a dry. The Brut means dry, but there is a little bit of like sweetness in there somewhere. I'm not sure what grape they used, of the Moscato or something they added in there just to give it that little rounded edge to it, or how they did that. But it's not sugar sweet. It's just a little bit of that nectar sweetness to it. It's not complex. Doesn't have sharpness to it. It tastes fine. It's a very easy wine to drink. It's not one of these kind of fine wines that disappear at your taste or change every single sip, but no. For an $8 bubbly, you're doing fine. Yeah, I mean, and now I'm getting a little bit of stone fruit, which I wasn't getting before. You're getting lemon, getting some apple, maybe some melon, a little candy spice. Yeah, it tastes great. Like I said, it's just not that complex. It is what it is, but it tastes fine. And for an $8 sparkling wine Charmat method, the California Prosecco, as it were, it does really well. I'm happy with it. I would buy it again. If you're really looking to get into a wine, kind of wine nerd out on a wine, this isn't it. This is just fun to drink. This is actually probably way better off as a outside. If you got a pool, sitting around the pool, sitting in the pool, out on the deck at night, kind of bubbly, rather than where you're just drinking a wine just to relax and sip, rather than celebrating really. But not you can't celebrate with an $8 wine, but that's really not what this is. This is just sip it and like it, and everything's good. So that's it for me, Domain Dave, cheapwinefinder.com. This is a Colby, not Corbel. California Brut sparkling wine at $7.99 at Aldi. And it's not bad at all. It's very drinkable. Not great sparkling wine. You're not going to impress your wine snob friends, but you'll like it. So adios. Not that you're not a wine snob. So adios, keep it cheap. Stay warm, stay whatever you got to do out there. I think we're getting 8 inches of snow or something. It probably won't happen, but maybe. So keep it cheap. I've got a Chardonnay Blanc coming up and a kind of a fun Pinot Noir. So I'll be talking to everybody in a couple of days. I got planned ahead. So adios, keep it cheap, and I'm talking. Bye-bye.